Greetings and good day. This is Donnie with TechWinner, and thank you so much for joining me this evening. We are live. Yes, this is TechWinner Live, Wednesday, March the 9th, 2022. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to join me here. We do have the live chat going, so feel free to give me hello. Tell me how things are going in your side of the world right now. Certainly prayers continuing for Ukraine and for really the entire world as embargoes continue, and guys, just prayers for peace for Ukraine, especially right now. But guys, we're here tonight to talk about Ring, and I am hoping I'm using OBS Studio tonight to be able to do a little bit of a live demo. I've got a screen share set up, and if everything works well, we should be able to walk through my Ring app. I want to show you my camera, my cameras, my lighting, and just some other features I have with Ring Alarm as well. The good, the bad, the stuff that I find a little bit annoying that I hope will work a little bit better in the future. So without any further ado, let's dive in and let's take a look. All right, so I am going to go over here and just kind of giving you a look at this is a live look at my phone. So as I'm making movements here, hopefully you're seeing those on your screen right now. But as you can see here, I've got along the top of my app, there is basically three buttons. Those are the Ring Alarm buttons. So the nice thing is, you've got the Ring keypad, but you also have all of the features to be able to set the alarm and make setting changes here from inside the app as well. So like, if I'm at home and I know I'm not leaving the house, I can just go ahead and set it over to home mode, and that kicks in basically instantly. And so now if one of my doors open up, I've got it set to where the alarm would sound. If I'm leaving the house, I can also go over here and I can tap on the away button, and basically it starts a countdown to enable Alexa Guard, because I've set that up with my Amazon Echo devices as well to be able to listen, hear for the sound of glass breaking, any suspicious sounds that happen in the house. I get alerted on those as well. And of course, like the motion sensors, the door sensors are all being activated as well. And if there ever was an issue, it would contact the authorities as well. Now, you can change the settings on when Away actually gets activated. I've got mine set to like the 60-second mark, so it gives me time to put in the keypad and it actually go into the Away mode. I'm going to go ahead and just disarm my alarm right now as well. I just tap the disarm button to make that change there as well. So just kind of looking through some of the cameras that I've got here. Looking at front door. This is a Ring Alarm Pro 1st Gen that I have set up. So nice 1080p video. I'm just kind of scrolling back through the timeline and just kind of scrolling back a little bit here. You can see me actually went and filled up and got some gas a little bit earlier. And yeah, tell me about how the gas prices are in your side of the world right now. It was not a pleasant experience at the pump tonight, I would say. A little bit painful. But the nice thing is, if I go and I make an adjustment here to like the widescreen, you can get a look there. Just kind of pulling out of the driveway, and my family was leaving. I was leaving about the same time to go get gas. But nice playback, nice smooth buttery smooth view of just some of the camera stuff there. So yeah, Ring Doorbell Pro. One of the things that I love about this device is, and you kind of get a look at just what it actually looks like there. It's smaller, it's compact, it's not battery powered, it's hardwired. Some of the nice handy features it's got is like the 6-second pre-roll. So it's constantly just basically doing like a 6-second recording, and as it detects motion, it goes further. I've got mine set to record for 60 seconds. By the way, just to kind of show you like the linked devices setting, basically the front door detects motion, the back door camera turns on, the backyard lights turn on, the front porch lights turn on, front yard camera, garage door, and shed. Basically all of the cameras that I have get activated. So if one detects motion, they all start recording. I have mine set up that way. That is totally something that you can control in here. If I wanted to like tap on the little camera light for the garage one, now it won't do anything because I've now set it to not record. So I'm going to go ahead and turn that back on there as well. So like link devices is really cool. I always like checking like the device health. You can see like the signal strength on how the Wi-Fi signal is doing getting to the camera. The lower the number, the better. So it's actually, it's measured in a negative. So I should say actually the higher the number, the better. because the closer to 0 you are, the better off you are. So it gives you a little bit of voltage information there as well. I could just tap on where it says good and get changes to like 16 volts. It tells me a little bit more information there as well. So just some handy stuff with that. Last health check happened a little bit earlier tonight. There's just some handy stuff with that. So that's the front door camera. Taking a look, going back to kind of the home screen there. The next camera I'll show you is front yard. I did a video where I talked about solar panels, and I really highlighted this camera as well. So this is the camera that is in the front yard. This is a Ring stick-up cam that is connected to solar. This is one that retails for $100 right now. So it's just kind of doing a live look. This is actually the last camera that I set up in my fleet, but I'm just kind of starting at the top and we'll work our way to the bottom. I was I was traveling, and I realized I don't have a way of seeing the front of my house, and I'd like to be able to see the front of my house. So yes, I went and I mounted this to a tree pointed back towards my house. But front yard cam, it's really great, and the night vision on this is excellent. So one thing I'll kind of want to scroll back, going back through some of the timeline here, but I want to go back to, and guys, you can just see how many motion different events I have on any given day. But I want to go back to like last night because I know there were some deer that walked by. Yeah. So just kind of taking a look at this, kind of over to the landscape mode there. I mean, you can see the quality there. I mean, it's solid. It looks good. And this is with night vision. Just picking up all these guys. So, or ladies, because I guess these were does. We have a lot of deer where I live. So tell me in the comments if you've got wildlife. I know I've put a couple of videos up of just spotting some wildlife, including one on this camera in the snow that was just, it was fun. It was pretty super legit. So just kind of taking a look at that there. So that's the stick-up cam that I have. Next one I'll show you is the one that I have labeled here, garage door. So garage door is one that, surprising no one, sits above my garage door. And this one is a Ring Floodlight Cam. So this one, at the time when I purchased it, it retailed for $249. And for whatever reason, it's not wanting to load very quickly. I will say this does happen from time to time. It's a rare that this happens. And of course, it's going to happen when we're trying to do a live demo. But just kind of backing up there for a second, I'll tap the go live again, and immediately it kicks on. So this is kind of a view of like my carport. And one of the things that I like about this in the app, kind of going back to the landscape mode again for a second here, I want to show off some of the controls you have from inside the app. So like there's the red button, there's the green button. Those are pretty self-explanatory. If I hit the green button, the microphone is working. I can talk. And if somebody were standing in front of the camera, they would be able to hear me on the speaker there as well. I can unmute, and basically we would hear any sound that is coming from the microphone inside the camera. But then there's also some cool options here as well. There is the exclamation mark that actually causes a siren to start blasting off of this camera, which is super handy. I'm not going to do that right now because I do like my neighbors. But one of the other cool ones is this light. And if I press it, you're going to see here in just a second, the light is actually going to start illuminating on the camera itself. And it's making a liar out of me. This is pretty fun. This is why you do live demos. So I'm going to press it again. And eventually it's going to start working. Or it's not. This is the fun stuff about doing things live. Sometimes they work and sometimes they don't. All right, so I feel like I want to troubleshoot this now. So I'm going to go back into like the garage door settings and just looking at those lights. I'm turning them back on. I'm going back to the live view. And boom goes the dynamite. There is your live look at the lights actually turning on and working. So if I go and I press that light, they turn off. It takes a minute for the night vision to kick back on. And now if I'm pressing it again, lights are coming on immediately like I would have expected them to. So that is the Ring Floodlight Cam. And guys, the lights on this thing are incredibly bright. I'm very impressed with this product. This is one that is hardwired into an electrical box. So I had a light fixture that was above my garage door, and I took out that and connected this to the actual electrical box that was sitting there, and it replaced the light fixture. So it doubles as a light fixture, and it's also the camera. Nice thing about this too, you've got some options as far as the actual settings are concerned when it comes to like the lights themselves. And one of the things that's nice about that is you have options around if you want to have the lights on for like a certain amount of time, like, from sundown till midnight, for example, or sundown until sun up, or 30 minutes before the sun goes down and turning them off 30 minutes after the sun comes up. You have some options of how you would like to set that, or if you only want them to get turned on when motion is triggered, or if you're pressing something inside the app. So there's some cool options that are around that. Just kind of looking at that device health again. This is the Ring Floodlight Cam, 2nd generation is what the product name actually is. Signal strength there is really nice as well. Event history is kind of cool. So, when did it detect motion? A little bit earlier in the night. This is me just kind of doing a playback of the video. And this was me just a few minutes ago when I was getting home from getting some gas and then taking the trash can to the street and just adulting like a boss. So that is the Floodlight Cam. So another one that I have is one that's actually inside the garage. So my inside garage cam is a Ring indoor cam. So this camera, it retails for $60. I have this one actually mounted to the top of my garage, like to the ceiling. And it's the only one that the mount for it is only on the bottom of the camera. I think there is, no, with that one, that's the only place that it can be. But you can actually mount it upside down, and there is a setting inside the camera to be able to change the orientation on it as well. So just kind of showing some of the device settings on these things. So like if I go to like video, this is where I'm talking about there's a rotate video setting that is like the second toggle down. Color night vision is cool. Infrared lights for night vision, you can turn those on. You can change the recording length. By the way, you can do that with all of these different ones. I have them set to 60 seconds. You can do up to 120 seconds on this one. This is a powered device. It's hardwired in. So far, the only one that I've shown you that runs on battery is the one that I have attached to my tree, that stick-up cam out in the front yard. But this is another one that is hardwired in. Snapshot capture, I have it taking a picture every 30 seconds. And that's where when you get into back to the live view, and if I start backing up in time, you start going through the timeline, it takes a picture like every 30 seconds. So you can see in this video, this is kind of interesting. So again, this is kind of a view back towards that garage door. And if you're looking closely here, it's very exciting, I know, but kind of fast forwarding a little bit. Towards the end of this video, I think is when I was actually getting out of the car. Or maybe this was the next little session where I was taking the trash can to the street. So exciting stuff. But yeah, scrolling through there's me walking into the garage, and I'm just kind of manipulating this with my hands. So you can kind of fast forward, rewind. And by the way, if you ever want to, you can hit some share buttons here, and you can either download it locally to your phone. You can send basically like a text message, and you can send that out to somebody if you ever want to share those video clips as well. That's the garage cam. No built-in lights on that bad boy. It does have the night vision, so it does the infrared. The garage right now, by the way, just to kind of give a sense, right now, that room is completely dark. Like there's no lights on whatsoever. So it's doing a very good job, I would say, at least illuminating by night vision a very dark garage. You see some reflections coming off of like the bicycles that are parked in the garage right now, but that is a live look at my garage right now. So pretty cool. All right, next one I'll show you is a camera that I have on the back porch, which right now is a little bit of a mess, but this is the Ring Spotlight Cam. So this one, we have pets, and I won't get into any further, but there's some pet stuff that's sitting out on the back porch right now because parenting, and this is sometimes how life is when you are parenting. But this is the live look at the back porch, and this is another one that it's a spotlight cam. So spotlight cam and floodlight cam are the ones that have built-in lights. Spotlight cam has not as bright of lights. Floodlight it's flooding as much of the space as possible. The spotlight cam is not doing as much. So just kind of going over here, looking at those settings. You can do some things with the device schedules, just some different settings again. I have the lights actually on this one because if I'm sitting out on the back porch, I don't want this thing like blasting really bright lights. So I've actually turned the brightness all the way to the minimum, but you can change that slider and you can adjust the brightness on this thing, which I love this feature because I like that it has lights, but I don't want it to be like blinding me. So I actually have those turned down to like the lowest setting possible. But just kind of giving you back that live view here as well. And just going back to that screen, the fuller screen view. I go to that plus button. I can turn on the lights there as well. And what's going on with the backyard lights tonight? They are just not one to cooperate for me when I'm trying to turn these on. So maybe there's a bug with Ring right now. Certainly within the realm of possibility. But yeah, if I go to lights on, it's just not one to cooperate at the moment. So if I come back here, I turn the lights on from the main screen. I come back in, I look at the video. Those lights actually did come on. They are very dim again because I have them very dim, but I assure you that they are in fact on. That's camera number 5. So just kind of giving you guys the full look here as well. Last camera I'll show you, this is one that's on my shed that is at the back of my property. This one's about 225 feet away from the house. And guys, I am absolutely impressed with the quality that comes off of this bad boy. This is the battery powered Ring Spotlight Cam. I did a video where I talked about a DIY solar project that I did for this camera. $34, by the way. Better wattage as far as charging coming off of it versus what the Ring Super Solar Panel, which is $100, actually offers, and thoroughly impressed. I put that video up, oh gosh, maybe a little bit over a month ago. That panel has been amazing. I've had it now for about 6 weeks, and I could not say enough good things about taking a chance on the cheaper panel and it really paying off. So it's been an excellent experience for me so far. Certainly no complaints when it comes to that. So turning on those lights again, I'm running into the same, something is just a little bit buggy with lights right now. Somebody at Ring, help me out with why the lights are being a problem child right now. So I go back to lights on, there they go. They actually just kicked on. And just kind of giving you guys the widescreen view there as well. I mean, it's dark, it's nighttime, and it's working very, very well. By the way, just something I will point out, like you can pinch and zoom on these. You kind of get a view back towards my home. You can actually see, it's very blurry, I understand, but the Ring Floodlight Cam is down there as well. So handy dandy as far as that stuff's concerned. And I don't know if we'll be able to actually see him too well, but I know there was some motion here earlier this afternoon, and it was a squirrel. Mr. Squirrel. He was hanging out by the shed. And I'm not seeing him on here. But just kind of giving you a look there throughout the day. It's cool when you start backing through some of this stuff, and yeah, here was one that was motion. And it's fun when you start like scrolling through it sometimes, and you almost get like this time lapse effect. Well, on like a sunny day. Today wasn't like the best day to illustrate what I'm talking about, but you can really start scrolling through this thing and just kind of going back through the timeline. It rained last night, but it was overcast yesterday as well. But I mean, look, I'm scrolling back through this thing, and you can actually go to calendar, and I can go back to like last week. This is a week ago Wednesday, and it's showing the linked the actually recorded events. I believe the snapshots are actually retained for 3 days, if I recall correctly. So yeah, I'm going to, this is like Friday. Just kind of going through the morning there. And as you can see, when you link one of these, all of them start recording, and they start recording a lot of stuff. So I've got a lot of stuff. So just kind of scrolling up there, that's the 6 cameras. But then there's also this history section. History really kind of shows you, I was doing a lot of live views with this demo right here, but you can kind of go back to some other events that happened. I believe this is me taking the dog out a little bit earlier. Nope, this is the Amazon delivery that came by a little bit earlier this afternoon. So there he is, kind of walking up towards my house. This was just a look at it from that camera. And by the way, if I just kind of want to zoom in there he goes. Pretty cool. But that is a look at Ring alarm and the Ring cameras themselves. We'll point out a couple of things with the lights. So I do have them grouped into something that's called a backyard lights. And if I ask the assistant that is based on Amazon Echo, I will not say her name, to turn on those lights, she will do that as well. So yeah, I've got this backyard group that includes that spotlight cam that's labeled back door. I also have what's called the Ring Floodlight, not to be confused with Ring Floodlight Cam, but Ring Floodlight. Ring Floodlight has some of those little battery packs in it. It also has a solar panel, so it constantly gets charged. It's not as bright as the Ring Floodlight Cam, but it does a decent job. I have that just kind of shining down on to the backyard, kind of off of the back porch back there, and just helps illuminate some steps so people don't trip and fall. The garage door spotlight cam, and then also those shed lights as well. So if motion's detected, they all turn on, except when I'm trying to push them in the app, apparently, when we're doing a live demo. So yeah, there's different settings that you can have with these as well. I don't have any specific schedules except for the back porch stairs. Those lights that I just talked about there, they do turn on 30 minutes before dusk, and they stay on until 11 o'clock every night. So that's kind of a handy thing there as well. And then I have some lights called front porch, and these guys are just Ring. I think they're like A19 bulbs is what they're called. It's like the standard bulb that you put into an Edison socket, and they work very well. I have these sitting on a schedule as well, so that they turn on, I believe, 30 minutes before dusk, and they just stay on till dawn every night. And they're not like completely bright illuminated because they are dimmable. You can set what that brightness is. Like right now, they're turned on to full brightness. But I have them to where they can also be a little bit dimmer based on the time of day. And as motion is detected, they go to the full brightness. So it's almost kind of like it invites you as it gets a little bit brighter. I don't know. I'm talking really nerdy now. So I will point out these lights do require a product called the Ring Bridge, and it's just a little box that I actually have kind of over here in the corner with some of my other network stuff, which is kind of not super clean right now, so I'm not going to show that off to you guys. But the Ring Bridge is required, and it basically, that box connects to Wi-Fi, and that Wi-Fi then the Wi-Fi connects to the box, the bridge then sends its own signal to all the lights. It's supposed to work up to 300 feet. So pretty nice, super convenient. Ring does also integrate with other things as well. The neighbors thing is kind of cool. As far as like, if somebody's cat's missing or something, you can put it on there. Sometimes people put some fun wildlife videos on there. So there's some neat stuff you can check out there. Other thing I was going to show you, it does integrate, and I did a video about MyQ, which is the smart garage door hub. So internet connected hub that basically turns your home into, or your garage door that may not be smart, into a smart one. So as long as you have access to the app, you can open and close your garage door. That actually does kind of integrate with the Ring app. This is one thing I wish it would go better. So lights didn't work totally like I wanted them to on this demo. And then the garage door will tell you that it's closed or that it's open. It basically gives you a status of what's happening with the garage door at any given time. But you cannot open or close it from here. So that is unfortunate. So like it's in a closed space right now, but if I try to like touch that toggle, it's kind of grayed out. You can't do anything about it. You can turn on alerts, but I also have that turned on in the MyQ app. So it's not something that I really want to leverage. Ring does, I give them credit for this. While it is a separate app to get to MyQ, they do have this button called Open MyQ that actually does launch the garage door. And I'm now inside the MyQ app itself. And as you can see here, the live status on those, again, is that those doors are closed. Kicks and giggles, let's just go ahead and open the garage door and we can go look at it on the garage cam and actually see this in action. So kind of going live, and there it goes, opening up right now. So that's kind of cool. There is this home button that is over here to the left, and it actually does give you a status on those garage doors as well. I wish I could open it from right here, but it does give me that option to go back over here, and I'm just going to kind of press that again. I'm closing that garage door. I'm going back in. We are reconnecting, and it's doing this flashing beeping thing that it does right now. And there goes that garage door. So totally closed. I'm sitting in my office, like not near the garage, and it just did its thing. Guys, that's handy. And honestly, something that now that I have in my life, it's handy. It's very handy. But guys, that is a very high level overview of the Ring app. And the nice thing about this is, again, videos, I have it set to where if one starts recording, they all start recording. So super handy and something I've been absolutely pleased with. So taking a look at the live chat here. Yes, I am live. Hello, hello. Hi, George. George, you're one of my regulars. Thank you so much for jumping on live and just saying hi in the chat. I really do appreciate that. You've given me some good feedback on stuff. Guys, if this live format is something that adds value, it's something I've kind of been playing with and trying to continue to improve, and I'd like to do it some more in the days ahead as well. So I did my first post today in YouTube. I'm learning some of this stuff, but if you have topic suggestions, things that you'd like me to talk about, let me know that as well. Either in the comments of that post, or if you want to tell me in the chat also, greatly appreciate that. So yeah, gas is expensive right now. It's north of $4 where I live. And yeah, not good, but indicative of a larger challenge that's happening in the world right now. So certainly continued prayers for Ukraine. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining me tonight. Again, Donnie with TechWinner, helping you hopefully make winning decisions with your tech. Thank you so much for your time. Hope you guys have a great rest of your evening, and we'll talk again soon. See ya.